If I'd known a riding mower could ignite a suburban war, I'd have duct-taped the push mower from 1995 and called it a day. But my son, Lucas, 17, suntanned, polite, and maybe a bit too earnest, had spent all summer sweating through weekend jobs to buy that fire engine red mower. He painted it himself, added a couple of flame decals, thought it looked cool. Honestly, it kinda did. But in Briarwood Glen, an upscale HOA community obsessed with aesthetic uniformity and emotional repression, that mower might as well have been a war crime. Not because it was loud, it hummed more than it roared, but because it symbolized everything one woman, Denise Templeton, couldn't control. Denise wasn't just a board member. She was the HOA board, self-appointed, perpetually re-elected, thanks to neighbor apathy and her uncanny ability to weaponize baked goods at voting booths. Her true passion wasn't community improvement, it was order, control, and recently, a very quiet, very lucrative plan to push for a land value reassessment in our section of the neighborhood. She needed peace. She needed perfection. And Lucas's little lawn care hustle didn't fit the picture. The first shot fired, an email to the HOA listserv. Subject line, urgent. Machinery violation, lot 23. Attached, a blurry ring camera, still of Lucas waving at a jogger. The email claimed unauthorized commercial landscaping equipment had disturbed her morning meditation. That meditation, by the way, happened indoors with a sound machine playing whale calls. Lucas, completely unaware he'd just made a lifelong enemy, continued mowing Mrs. Eldridge's lawn next door. Widow 84, bad hips, big heart. She called him a blessing with blades. By 3 p.m., we found a laminated notice in our mailbox, code 3.2b, early morning noise intrusion, complete with a faux seal, Denise made in Canva, and a signature in gold Sharpie. Lucas laughed. I didn't. I'd lived here long enough to know Denise didn't escalate. She detonated. She started following him in her HOA-issued golf cart, armed with a clipboard and a decibel meter app on her phone. She took photos, logged timestamps, even flagged the flame decals as aesthetic vandalism. I tried being diplomatic, wrote her a respectful email, suggested maybe, just maybe, she was being a bit dramatic. She replied within 17 minutes with a 4-page PDF titled Sound Terrorism in Suburbia. CC'd the mayor, CC'd the police chief, CC'd her cat's vet. I wish I were kidding. Then she called 911. It was a Saturday morning. Lucas was midway through the Ryans' hedges when 2 squad cars pulled up like we'd summoned a SWAT team. Denise stood on the curb in tennis whites, arms crossed, lips pursed, like a scolding emoji. There's a minor operating commercial equipment, she snapped. One cop blinked. Ma'am, this is a lawnmower. Lucas tipped his cap. Morning, officers. You want me to edge your walkway next? The officers laughed. Denise did not. The Ryans came out, waved a permission slip in the air, and handed the cops lemonade and cookies. Lucas had official written consent from every client. But that didn't stop Denise. It only inspired her. The next week, she filed 7 formal complaints: grass clippings on sidewalks, mower parking violations, improper uniform, Lucas wore earbuds, and my favorite, mower-induced posture aggression. No joke. She claimed he revved the engine in her direction on purpose. Lucas barely knew she was there. But then came the twist. Lucas picked up a new client, Mrs. Marianne Halpin. Kind, rich, fond of lavender tea and classical music. Also, the wife of Mayor Halpin. Yes, that Mayor Halpin. Denise didn't know, not yet. And when she found out, things got cinematic. She called an emergency HOA meeting titled The Briarwood Lawn Crisis, decorated the clubhouse with handmade signs that read Peace, Plants, Protocol, played suspenseful music through a portable soundbar, passed out color-coded binders detailing Lucas's machinery misconduct, claimed he violated 6 landscaping bylaws, 5 of which she'd written herself in Comic Sans font. Then she proposed something unhinged. A ban on any minor operating landscaping equipment without a certified adult present, plus mandatory HOA lawn care permits. Yes, permits for mowing grass. But just as the room began to murmur, in walked Lucas, sunburnt, grass-stained, confident. Right behind him, Mrs. Halpin, in designer sunglasses, with 2 golden retrievers and the authority of a woman who dines with senators. "I heard someone's attacking my lawn boy," she said calmly. Denise blinked, her laser pointer still aimed at a grainy photo of Lucas. Mrs. Halpin smiled. "That's Mayor Halpin's lawn boy, to be exact." Gasps. Audible, glorious gasps. "I find him punctual, respectful, and frankly, more reliable than most adults I've hired," she continued. "Any complaint against him is a complaint against me. Shall I pass that along to the mayor?" Denise stammered. "Oh no, of course not. This isn't about any specific household." Too late. Her lawn crackdown had backfired. Lucas? He went back to mowing. But Denise wasn't done. Oh no. She went aerial. A week later, we spotted a drone hovering over our backyard, then over the Stewarts, then the Halpins, always where Lucas was working. She called it Operation Aesthetic Compliance, claimed it was part of a new HOA initiative to ensure lawn symmetry and equipment integrity. No one approved it. No one voted on it. She just launched it. Literally. She proudly explained it in the next newsletter. 89% of lawn violations go unseen by ground patrol. Ground patrol. This isn't Fallujah, Denise. Lucas called it his personal fan, waved at it while trimming bushes. Then Mrs. Eng, a retired librarian, was sunbathing when it buzzed overhead. She launched her sandal like a cruise missile, direct hit. The drone crashed onto her rhododendrons in a pile of plastic shame. Denise came jogging to retrieve it, wearing a visor and fury. "That's vital surveillance infrastructure." Mrs. Ung folded her arms. "It was looking at my ankles, Denise." The HOA board met. The drone was banned. Denise protested. Brennan, the treasurer, deadpanned. "Denise, this is an HOA, not the CIA." But her next move, straight out of a villain playbook. She tried to tax Lucas's mowing business, filed a violation, claiming he was operating an unlicensed commercial enterprise, sent a fake invoice demanding backdated fees, $40 per yard, plus a $300 neighborhood wear and tear impact charge. He laughed. I didn't. I called the board. Brennan choked on his coffee. She invented a fake licensing office. There's no Briarwood Office of Residential Commerce Oversight. But Denise came armed to the next meeting with pie charts, clip art bar graphs, claimed Lucas was the gateway to teen capitalist chaos. Then, her downfall. Mrs. Action casually mentioned something during the chaos. Isn't it wild how Denise keeps preaching permits when that enormous pergola in her backyard doesn't have one? What pergola? We checked the records. No permit, not even a request. I filed an anonymous complaint. Brennan's email back just said, "Oh, it's on." An inspector was dispatched, found illegal construction, setback violations, unapproved materials, and even property encroachment onto Mrs. Ung's lot. Bad move. The board fined her, her own rules, printed in Comic Sans, used against her. She begged, pleaded, offered to host a wine pergola reconciliation night. The board declined. Lucas updated his business site, now offering pergola removal. Discount for HOA Tyrants. But Denise wasn't done. She called the police again, claimed Lucas trespassed, posted blurry ring footage of him near her hedge. The officer? Same one from before. Ma'am, he's clearly trimming your neighbor's hedge, and he has permission. Denise insisted he made a sarcastic comment. The officer replied, "Sarcasm isn't illegal. Yet." Lucas's response, "Tried to mow a lawn, got accused of espionage, still edged the walkway perfectly. The community had had enough." Brennan filed a motion to remove Denise from her position. Mrs. Halpin rallied support, and Lucas ran for HOA board, grounds coordinator. His slogan, "Trim the grass, not the truth." He won by a landslide. Denise, she lost everything. And as part of her mandated community service, she now rakes leaves under the supervision of, you guessed it, Lucas. He gave her a rake, a water bottle labeled "Hydrate, Don't Hate," and a schedule. She shows up every Saturday, no clipboard, no drone, just khakis and humility. And last week, she asked him what mulch retains moisture best. Maybe people don't change overnight. But in Briarwood Glen, even a woman like Denise Templeton can learn the value of letting go, one leaf at a time. So now, I've got to ask, have you ever dealt with a power-hungry HOA? Or a neighbor who took the rules way too far? Drop your story in the comments. I read them all. And hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because in the suburbs, drama is always just one lawnmower away.